Hey, oh, hey, I'm Ashley, and this is Four Dizzy Birds, and it is time for our Wednesday Save with Friends, and it's going to be our first one for the month of July. So we've got a lot to get to. I'll apologize in advance because it's likely to be a little bit of a longer video, mostly because we've got a lot to do, but also because I'm doing a couple of new things, and sometimes that is makes things just go a little bit slower as I'm figuring it all out. So, all right, let's move these out of the way. That is from our last video. I film ahead if you don't know that already. So to me, it's Wednesday. To me, it's Sunday. To you, it's Wednesday. So I hope you're having a great Wednesday and your week is going wonderfully. One thing, since I'm filming this ahead, I don't know if we've hit it or not, but we are very, very close to 1,000 subscribers. That's been a big goal of ours, as I know it is for a lot of people in our community. I think it was 6 away from 1,000 when I last checked it. So, if you haven't already and you are thinking about it, why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button? Give us a comment, a like down below, anything to let us know you're watching. I am back after taking a little bit of a break, about a month long, due to some stuff going on with the fam, and just kind of balancing out my self care and everybody. Everybody needs something, and I want to make sure I'm taking care of all my responsibilities and taking care of myself. And y'all, if you hear anything from me today, hear that. We are always, those of us who watch each other and see what everyone else is accomplishing. It's so easy to forget that, everybody's story is different. Everybody's budget is different, and the things that we've got going on in our lives, and we all have different things that we have to prioritize. And ultimately, I think, at least for me, it's really easy to forget to prioritize myself, and I'm trying to do better about that. So, took a little bit of a break, and stuck with budgeting and making sure that everything was taken care of, but back to videos, and I'm very, very glad to be back. So we're going to get right into it. Wednesdays are now going to be Save with Friends. We've got some of the regular stuff we've already playing before the break, and then a couple of new things. So I'm excited to get to that. If y'all haven't checked it out, the Ko-fi shop, I did put some, I think 5 new freebies. So I'm excited. They're nothing special, just, they're cute, but I didn't do it for any special reason other than it's just been a little bit and I wanted to give something to my friends. So go check it out. Maybe if you see something you like, you download it. All right, so up first in our Save with Friends, we have a new challenge, and it is from Mint Dough Co., and it is for Christmas in July. So we will hopefully only be doing this one in July. We'll keep doing it if we're not done. But we're going to add this in to the rotation this month because Christmas in July is Christmas in July, and we are playing for the first time. Okay, so this one is, like I said, from Mint Dough Co., and it's a coloring challenge. I thought it would give me an opportunity to color a little bit and talk to y'all about what's going on. If you care to know, if not, you can fast forward. I don't mind, and how would I know? All right, let's start with this little coconut here. Oh wait, I need my money. I need my money. What is wrong with me? Told y'all, out of it. All right, how much do we have to save with today? It looks like we have a 50 here. 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, 140, 150, 160, 170, 180, 190, 200. All right, I'm going to lose count. So we're at 200, 205, 210, 215, 220, 225, 230, 235, 236, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, and 61. Now, a big chunk of that is going to go to Save with Judy, which we will do here in just a little bit. But I wanted to introduce our new one first. Okay, so this is actually gold. I don't want gold. I'm going to do his little coconut drink here. I love me a pina colada, so I think it's probably a pina colada because Santa looks like he would like what I like. So, speaking of vacations, one of the situations in the house here in our family is that this past week we would have been on vacation at the lake on one of our many usually yearly trips to the lake in the RV. And we do that with family, so it's like a joint thing. We all camp in multiple campsites typically. And because of my younger brother's health issues, he is struggling with some heart issues and in need of a very serious surgery very soon. My mom is caring for him and making sure he gets everything he needs. And so, with all of that going on, we decided to cancel the camping trips this year, which is super sad. But we are glad that he is going to be getting what he needs to be healthy, and he was scheduled for a surgery in the beginning of July, and then was doing everything that he needed to do to be prepared for that. And then, unfortunately, he got pneumonia in his lungs, which is a side effect of the heart issue he has. So, unfortunately, that has delayed the surgery yet again, which he is very frustrated by. I do not blame him. It seems like every time we get close to the surgery, something happens and he gets another sickness. And so it's just kind of this vicious cycle that he is going through. So, all that to say, we don't know when his surgery will actually be now. We're waiting to see what happens with his current situation. And, it just is what it is. Not to, to be flippant about it. It is what it is. The doctors want to be very cautious with his condition before he goes into the surgery, and it's a high risk situation. So, anyways, he is currently dealing with that, and that is, kind of extending out the timeline for the much needed surgery, and for him to be stuck with his mom and away from his home. And yeah, so we're not at the lake. We did not go to the lake. We had a staycation last week where we didn't do a whole lot of anything too exciting. I'm not real mad about that. Honestly, it was nice. But yeah, we're missing the lake. We're missing the fishing and all the things that we typically do. Swimming and cooking out and all of that. So we did not get to do that, and we will not get to do that this year at all. So the camper is probably not going to leave its storage unit at all this year, which is just unheard of, honestly. Ooh, I found something to put here on the gold. Yes, let's do a gold. Bentley came up to say hi, one of our little corgis. I feel like I always have some sort of animal interruption. For sure. In my zoo of a house. All right, so let's see how much we have spent here as I was just chitter-chattering and not really thinking about anything. Hold on just a second. All right. Oh, this house is always chaos. All right, so we're going to have to see how much we've spent here while I was chitter-chattering, but I'm enjoying coloring in this beach scene, even though we did not get to go on vacation and end up at the lake. So that's okay. I'm there in spirit. What are y'all doing for vacations this year? Tell me down below. What is your favorite summer vacation? What do you have planned? Do you have anything fun planned? Have you already gone on it? We're going to have a quiet year this year, but that is okay. All right, so we have a 5, 10, and 16. And I think I have a little bit more I can spend. So let's do his little chair back here. Oh no, my color scheme is very interesting. Let's do his chair. This will make it 20. So yeah, what do y'all have planned? Or have you already done? I'm very interested to know. I live vicariously through y'all as we stay close to home this year. No going anywhere. We have to be ready for anything that could happen health wise with him. And I'm saving, leave and time off to be able to help as I'm needed. So, it just is what it is. And we want him to be healthy and to be able to get back to his life where he wants to be. And, that just it's going to take time and patience and everybody being, able to pitch in. And I feel so bad for him though, because his heart is causing all the other things that are happening. So causing fluid and such in the lungs, which then in turn, even though he's on antibiotics all the time and he's being very careful, he ends up with pneumonia due to the fluid that's happening. So that is unfortunate, and I understand the frustration he must be feeling, because it just seems like every time he gets close to, but the doctors are very, very good, and we are glad they're paying very close attention and being cautious and taking every precaution they need. So this is 23 so far. So what else is going on? So we got, if you saw my last video, we got a new addition to the family, Miss Martini, our new little 12-week-old kitten. She is up to nothing but trouble all the time. Her and Finn are pretty inseparable, which is adorable. I'm happy for Finn because he really wanted a friend like that. And the other kitten, Olive, get that, Olive and Martini, she is very sweet and lovable when she wants to be petted, but most the rest of the time she is hanging out by herself, by choice. And so Finn didn't feel like he really had a friend. And I tried to tell him cats are kind of different than dogs, and they don't really necessarily want to always hang out. But still, so we thought we would try and find him a kitten that might be a little more personable and want to hang out. And does she ever? Miss Martini wants to be with us at all times, and she's getting up to trouble at all times. And she is very playful and seems to fit right in. So we are enjoying the new little ball of chaos that we brought home. So that's going on there. Finn is very happy with that. We are getting close to Finn's birthday in August, so we are looking at making plans for that. We usually do something summery because it is August and it's usually the very first week of school. So it's usually hard to have friends and do that kind of stuff. So we have to do something with family, which I prefer to do anyways. All right. So do we think, all right, $10 for this. All right, now I got to do my math. All right, so 5, 10, 16, 20, 23, 33. I already went over budget. I think 5, 10, 16, 20, 30, 33. Yeah, I went over budget. Oh well. Okay. So why we didn't do, but we're gonna do $33 in here for today for Christmas in July with Mint Coat. Sorry if I just stopped in the middle of a thought. I do that a lot, but it's hard to think and color and count and do all of that at the same time while we're talking. Okay. Anyways, the kitten has brought a lot of fun. Chaos, we are enjoying her immensely. But she is definitely an added level of fun. All right, so moving on, we are back on to April's Fresh Start, her yearly challenge. We are going to do 1, 2, 3. We're going to see what we got. Oh, straight off the bat with a 7. Fun. And then we'll go here for 1 and a 6. Way over budget on this one. Wow. Okay. 6 and a 7. That's 12, 13. Wow. 1, 2, and 3 going in for that. Let's clean this up. I'm going to pick up the pace. I know I spent a lot of time yakking. So $13 going in. This one will save us $31 when we are done with July. All right, up next is Rock's Budget. Same thing. We have a yearly challenge. Let's roll the dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll go over here. This reminds me of our little cowardly lion from The Wizard of Oz. All right, so that's a 3. That's good since we went so over budget. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, sorry. Little froze. Okay, or a 7 and over budget on that as well. Well, okay, we're getting a good start. This one's going to save us 30 all in all. We're just going to start with 10 today. These go towards debt at the end of the month, both of these. All right, here's the one that we needed to make sure we set aside enough for. Save with Judy. We've got 2 for her. Save with Judy here with her gnomes. And since we did not, since you guys haven't seen me for a bit. Oh, this one's July. We need to finish up. Yeah, we need to finish up the last one. I have 5 gnomes to color in and actually a 6th one. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to go ahead and, yeah, I'm not going to sit here and color all of these right now. I'm going to go ahead and put 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 in there to finish this one out, and then I will color these later because super cute. I don't want to make y'all wait through all of those, but they're too cute to not color. I mean, they're just too cute. Look at this one has strawberries. This one has strawberries. Oh my god, and this is a watermelon. All right, so because we have finished out the 50 that go here, we have finished off this page, and that means we can make a payment. So 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. We're actually going to trade this in for 100. All right, so $120, $130 here for Save with Judy. All done. All right, now I need to also go ahead and we will color here together our very first one for July. And actually, you know what? Since we have a 5 paycheck, we can actually skip this week. So we're going to do that because we were over budget on our other last 3. So we will do just with the remaining paychecks for July, we will do those 4. So we'll skip this time. I'm going to make a note. It was 130, right? I already forgot, y'all. My 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130. So Save with Judy, 130. Going to a debt payment this month. Making a note so I don't forget to include that. All right, so we are up to date on that one, all caught up, and then we need to get caught up here on 2026 savings, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to go ahead and do our 4th of July one here. So we've got a little snail to do. Yes, we do, because we're going to get caught up on this. Now, this one we are not pulling from every month because the whole amount is going to go towards our HOA dues next year. So we got that. I'm going to... And then our little yellow. I'm not going to color these very good. Oh, that's not even yellow. It's green. Yikes. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So now we're up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we need to do one more, and this is where we're going to hit our first one for July. So 1, there we go. All right, my mom was calling. I'll have to call her back. All right. Yikes, the coloring, terrible. All right, so that's $70 right there. Let's go ahead and take this one. Oh, no, it's not. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Goodness, I almost overdid that by a lot. Okay, 35. I was like, no, I'm not going to have any money left. Okay, so $5 per icon, $35 going in gets us all caught up on this one. So we are square up for this. All right, up next we have 2026 Year of Minis. We are a little bit behind on this one. We're just going to see how it goes. All right, so we have roll number 4. Let's get that one going. That's a 4. Okay, we can do that. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we should be all 4 of these is really what we want. So, of course, a 5. So let's grab that. Let's see how far we can go. We're just going to do what we're going to do because we need to get caught up. All right, so 4. So we're going to take this back and this back and grab a 10. All right, 2 more to get us caught up. 5, of course. And then our last one is a 6. Of course. Of course. Okay. I need to grab 2 5s. So this one comes from Bookish Mama Budgets. And we're rolling 1 dice per week. So those are the 5 weeks that we missed due to our little break. And we're all caught up now. Okay, so today alone, we're doing 10, 15, 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24. Let's go ahead and just trade this in for a 20. No sense in keeping that craziness. All right, so we are now sitting at don't mind my crazy right now. Just don't mind it. All right, we are now sitting at $20, $30, $35, and $36 for this card. And we are going to play through the rest of this through July and August, and then we will be able to cash that in for a debt payment. All right, up next. This one is never nice to us. This is Cupcake Chaos from Sassy Ginger Budgets. We love it though. Do we ever? It is super cute. So we're going to play. Now, I don't think we can get caught up on this one. We're just going to have to play a cupcake and call it good because we've got so much to get. Maybe next week we can maybe play 2. I don't know. We'll just have to see. All right, so we only have 5 cupcakes to go. Technically, we would be done with this one. So we have our little key over here. We're going to start with number 2, which is a strawberry frosting flavor. I think that's the first time we've had strawberry. All right, so that's 2. Then we got another 2. We're going with raspberry preserves. Nice, like it. That sounds pretty awesome. Then number 3 is the cake flavor, and we are going with mocha, strawberry, raspberry, and mocha. That sounds actually pretty darn good. All right, so now we're hitting our frosting color. We need our little coloring pencils here. We are hitting number 2, which is red. That makes sense for strawberry mocha situation to me is to have red frosting. We're going to color this in really pretty because we've been doing some atrocious coloring today in all of my hastiness, but these are just too cute to color too fast. So y'all, you might have seen in my last video that yes, we are still prioritizing debt, with the exception of course, it's Christmas in July, so we are going to be seeing some Christmassy challenges thrown in there. And one of the things I'm going to try starting this month is micropayments. Now, I'm not going to do a daily micropayment right now. We just don't have the setup to do that right now. But I am going to start using minis and tinies and make micropayments with them. Starting. Oh, okay. So we did frosting. Sprinkle colors are yellow. Well, that's an interesting mix. So we finished 2 tiny challenges that were supposed to go to debt on Sunday, and we got to make micropayments to that. So I'm looking forward to being able to do more of that in our next setup. Okay, wrapper. Yes, we got a rainbow wrapper. That's my favorite. Even though it's the most expensive, it's my favorite. I love a good rainbow moment. Y'all, seriously. I love it. I love it. I love it. That's one of Finn's favorite songs to just start randomly playing or singing for no reason. So we're going to do our little rainbow in here, and then this delicious cupcake will be done. Our strawberry raspberry mocha situation will be done, and we will add up how much this little dude is costing us. So yeah, staying on topic, actually, debt micropayments. So I've been seeing those on social media and kind of just curious. I get the concept. They're tiny little payments that come in on a regular basis, probably daily is the goal. And then you see the debt go down, and that money that you would have spent towards something you probably didn't need, like a coffee or eating out or whatever, you've already put it towards the debt that day. So I kind of like that idea. I'm gonna be playing around with it. What do y'all think? Have you guys, anybody out there, tried micropayments? All right, let's add it up. We got a $2 for the strawberry. We got 2 for the raspberry preserves. We got 4 for the mocha. We got 2 for the red. We got yellow, which is a 4 for the sprinkles, and then a 6. So it was a total of $20. Not our most expensive and not our cheapest. So we can deal with that. We're going to move on. We got $120 going into our cupcake case, and we now only have 4 cupcakes to go. All right. Now, we do pull this at the end of the month, which means I need to pull this out. Sorry, that's from last time. $20 will be starting out our July fund. All right. Keep that on track. Okay, Cupcake Chaos is done. We are now moving on to Love Match. All right, so we don't need this. Love Match, I'm going to take just a second to get cleaned up and set her up. All right, y'all, let's see. Let's go ahead and figure out who we are going to see dates for. We have Bachelorette number 1. This will be her 3rd and final date. She looks like she's at a tea shop enjoying a nice tea. Bachelorette number 2 looks like she works at a floral shop. She's going to be on her 2nd date. And then Bachelorette number 3 is going on her 3rd and final date. She looks like maybe she's a customer service rep. Very hard job. Very hard job. We must respect. Okay. Now, we're going to look at our heartthrobs here. We have this gentleman right here. It looks like he's out for a nice dinner. We're not interested, though. We're going to swipe left on him. Ooh, bad boy on a bike. Well, of course, we're going to swipe right on that. Okay, sad guy again. Listen, this dude with the we're swiping right on him. We are looking for an emotional fella. And then, of course, we swipe left on the chef. Okay. But swiping right on this guy, he looks like he knows how to close a deal. He looks like he is serious. All right, so all of the rest of these heartthrobs, we'll have to try another day. They are out of the running today. So we can put all of this down and play through with our 3 heartthrobs and our 3 singles. All right, if y'all haven't seen this game comes from Agape Book Club. Love, love, love it. Really do. Having a blast, but honestly, it's super expensive. The way I'm playing, anyways. All right, let's check out our dinner or our date locations. We have a private dinner. We have bowling. That looks fun. And a coffee shop. All right. Okay, pretty standard stuff. Now, we're going to get our love dice because we need our love dice. And we're going to roll. This is going to be our single number 1. Miss Ma'am is going for number 5, which is this Mr. Serious gentleman right here. And where do we think he's going to take her? Well, she is, she looks like she's going to go to a private dinner. Yeah, he looks like he would take her to a private dinner. Let's find out what the situation. Your date asked to kiss you at the end. Roll even, and you said yes and save $3. Roll odd, you said no and save 4. So we're going for even. Even! We said yes! All right. So maybe finally she found the one. I don't know. Okay, so problem is Mr. Man is 14, and then the kiss cost us 3. So this is her last date, and it cost us $17. She's expensive. Expensive. All right. So good for them. She will now exit the game and be done. Done. Good for her. All right, so now we're moving on to Bachelorette number 2. She rolled the bad boy on the motorcycle. I think he's going to take her to the coffee shop or bowling. He looks like he might actually be a secret bowler. Okay, we're going to go with bowling. All right, your date gave you a side hug at the end of the date. If you rolled odd, you'll have to save $5. Roll even, save 2. All right, so even is $2, so no side hug. 2 plus 2. Luckily, this guy did not cost us an arm and a leg. Question is, do we consider it a good date? I mean, it wasn't a side hug, so I guess technically that's supposed to indicate a pretty decent date. And who doesn't love bowling? All right, so $4 going in for that one. We're now on to our last bachelorette. She picked number 5, which is this guy again, and he is going to take her to a coffee shop this time, even though he had a good date with his other bachelorette. Your date spilled his drink on you if you rolled odd, and you're going to save $4. You're going to roll even, save $2. All right, so odd is not what we had. He's even, so we're going to save $2. So I guess he's got a decision to make. Because it sounds like he had 2 good dates. All right, so 14 and 2 means another 16 for this guy. Goodness. All right, so $16, and she is now completely done. Hopefully she has found the love of her life, or she's done with dating. I don't know. We're going to put all of this away, and then we're going to count up how much we saved this week for Budget Love Match. Love it. But it is spicy, and I'm very glad that I do not have to date anymore. All right, so we have 10, 20, 25, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37. $37? We're just going over budget right and left, guys. What are we going to do? All right. Okay, Budget Love Match is going to have $37 starting out the first week of July. All done. And then we still have quite a bit to do and not a lot of money left. Oh, these 5s are not supposed to be hiding back here. They were making me nervous. All right, we're going to have to make it work. Okay, so Ultimate 2026 from Pam Champion. Let's get that. We are behind on that one, but we are not going to worry about getting caught up. We're just going to pick up right in July on this one. Let's rolly. Let's rolly. 2. 1, 2. All right, mister. That's a 1. We can handle that. Let's roll again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go down here. That's a 5. So that's a 6. $6. All right. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And a 4. So that's an even 10. I think we can stop there for today on this one. Not mad at it. Get us caught up a little bit. All right. So $10 going there. And then, ooh, we have a 4th of July. This or that. I love a this or that. Let's do $1 or $2. So we'll do $1 for this and $2 for that. All right. First one up is hot dogs or hamburgers. Hamburgers all the way. So that's a $2. But ketchup or mustard, definitely ketchup. All right. So that's a $1. Flip-flops, sandals, or sneakers. Flip-flops and sandals. So that's a 1. Iced tea or lemonade. Not a big fan of lemonades, so I'm gonna go with iced tea. All right. Let's see. That should be good for now. Let's see. We got a 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 even. $15 going in this week to our Ultimate 2026. All right, $15 going in. Okay, well, maybe next week we'll spend a little bit more in there, but we are running out of money. All right, so up next is Piggy Tires. Next in the binder. So Piggy Tires is from Maddie at Floating Funds. That is not the name of her challenge at all. It's Help Little Piggy Go Wee 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 all the way home. We are using this money to put towards tires on the truck, which we have actually already purchased. We're rolling a D6 here. It's 2. And then we're going to roll a color dot die. For purple means 2 times 3. So this is actually going to be 6. We are putting this towards the credit card payment for the tires that we already had to pay, unfortunately. All right, so we can probably finish this one out in July. So we got an 8 for our D8 roll, and 8 times 3. Yikes, that's 24. All right, it is what it is. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 24. We should have just stuck with the one roll this time. She got us. And I'm going to go ahead and grab a 20. 24. All right. Let's see what we got going on in here. All right. So far, we've got quite a bit. Not enough to cover the tires, to be clear. Tires are super duper expensive, but it will definitely put a good chunk out of that credit card payment. 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 100. So we can grab another 100 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so we have another 10 here. All right, so far in Piggy Tires, we're getting close. We have $310, $315 in Piggy Tires. That will be nice. All right, so that means we are over budget and don't have anything for bubbles, which we usually put here, which is the overflow from Piggy Tires. We don't have that. I wanted to share a new collab that I downloaded, and I wanted to see if we could play it for the first time this week, and we have a total of $10 left to play with, so we're gonna give it a try. All right, Vacation Crashers collab. And this one is hosted from CBA Mom Saves and all of these wonderful collaborators. Charlotte May, Budgeting with Kim, Melissa Manages, Savvy Girl Saves, Mary Love Country Living, Kimmy's Corner, Dying Outlaw Games and Budgets, Blue Kiwi Budgets, Budgeting Sweet Cecile, Floating Funds, and Anna Banana Budgets. I was excited about this because some of these folks are new to me, and I love when I find new friends. So I'm excited to share this collab with you. Let me make sure I have the right, here it is. Okay, so first time playing, I have no idea money wise how this is going to work out, but what we do here is we're going to pull this out because this is sort of like a key. We have our game board here. I guess we start anywhere. Ooh. We'll start here up in the corner. We're going to roll the dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We landed on a koala, and the koala is Charlemagne. So we're going to go to Charlemagne's challenge here. All right, and it looks like we can choose how much each one of these things is worth. Oh, I see. So we'll roll a D4, a D3, or $2. And then you can choose here. So I think I'm just going to call it safe here, as we are trying to play just a little bit. And we will do $1 per for all of our icons. And we'll just do $1 here for Charlemagne. And let's roll it around. 1, 2, 3. We hit a mushroom, which is Floating Funds. That's Maddie. Let's find hers. Camping is my happy place. Well, yes, it is. Yes, it is, ma'am. Mine too. We're going to do $2 for our mushrooms, but everything else will be $1. So let's do 1 and a mushroom. So we will do $3 here. 1, 2, and 3 for Floating Funds. And then we will keep going around the board. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, Penguin is Kimmy's Corner. Should be up here at the front. Kimmy's Corner is doing coffee. Love me some coffee. I do love coffee. All right, so we're just going to do 1 because we're just playing for the first time here. $1 going into Kimmy's Corner. Fabulous. Fabuloso. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We ended on a palm tree. Budgeting with Kim. That should be the last one. Yes, ma'am. And we will do $1 on this as well. All right, so $1 there. Gotta get some change. Change your Rooney. All right, $1 for Budgeting with Kim. And we're gonna make it around the board. Roll a D8. And then she speaks too long. Okay, do not. And then where am I supposed to put the money? I might have to get a separate envelope. 1. Woo! Okay. $1. I don't know where this money is going to go, so I'm going to have to get a separate envelope. I realize that anything that's not an icon excuse me, isn't going to have its own envelope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Watermelon. Watermelon is Dying Outlaw. This one. All right. We have $3. Let's just call it good and get that $3 out of the way right there. Yes, ma'am. And no IOUs. And I'll just have this one little extra $1 left over. Okay, so this is going to be fun, y'all. We'll bring a little more money and hopefully not overspend on the others and be able to play for a little bit longer. And I think we'll just keep rolling around until we finish the challenge and we'll cross off that block. And then the others will just keep us, saving a little bit extra. So I'm going to need to get another envelope. I have some. Do you guys hate the sound of plastic? Do you hate it? Sorry. All right, so we will get that going there for the bonus money. for that, and that way we can save up everything individually in its envelopes. So, or you could just, that way we can see what we saved as far as outside of the challenges and then for each challenge. So we'll put this in the back of the Vacation Crashers Challenge binder right there. And that's where we'll put all that extra bonus money. Okay. All right. So we did get to play Vacation Crashers for the first time. And I'm excited. I will link all these folks down below. It took me a little bit to go digging around and finding everybody on their Ko-fi. And I did have a couple of people who are new to me. So Melissa Manages, Budgeting Sweet Cecile, have not seen, or Charlotte May too. These are new budgeters to me, so I'm excited to feature them on the channel. I will link them down below. Y'all go show them some love. And as always, don't forget me. Show me some love too. I'm excited to be back. I hope y'all have enjoyed my little bit of chaos here I've shared with you this week. I hope to get everything smoothed out here and make it just a little bit easier going. But that's just not me. That's not my life. That's not Four Dizzy Birds. I hope y'all have a great rest of the week, and I will see you in my next video on Sunday. Don't forget to go grab those freebies. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below. And yeah, I so hope you guys have a great week. And until the next one, hang in there. Bye.